Good evening, barflies and lounge lizards, and tonight we'll be taking a look at the Quatermass Experiment from 1955. And this Hammer classic is easily the most requested / suggested film from viewers of the channel. Directed by Val Guest, who is best known for his work with Hammer Studios, having directed 14 films for the company, including The Abominable Snowman, the Quatermass Experiment is a sci-fi mystery film with some light creature feature elements. And it tells the story of an experimental rocket launched into space by the titular Professor Quatermass. When it crashes back to Earth in the English countryside, 2 of the 3 crew members are completely missing, and the third, well, there's clearly something up with that guy. Especially when he begins to mutate into an alien organism that threatens to destroy all of humanity, as any good, hard-working alien organism should. The film stars American tough guy actor Brian Donlevy as the surly Professor Quatermass, a scientist and part-time Dick Tracy impersonator. Donlevy had an impressive career, which includes one of my favorite film noirs, The Glass Key, which also featured the fantastic duo of Alan Ladd and Veronica Lake. And then we have Richard Wordsworth as our mutating crewman Victor. Predominantly a theater actor, Wordsworth was cast primarily because of his unusual features. He would go on to have parts in The Revenge of Frankenstein and The Curse of the Werewolf. Finally, we have Margia Dean, a former American beauty queen, as our poor mutating Victor's non-mutating wife. Director Val Guest felt her American accent was just too out of place in the film, so during post-production she was dubbed over with a British accent. The effects are all around good in this one, but the very brief creature effects at the end are quite awesome. But being that I try to keep these reviews as spoiler-free as possible, I won't actually show the creature. Save that for you to see yourself. But the film features a great use of makeup, matte paintings, and a creature made of rubber and tripe, aka cow stomach. The film was actually based on a 1953 television series of the same name, and said series was a big hit, thus leading to Hammer's interest in the property. But the film certainly went in its own direction. In the series, Quatermass was a more thoughtful English gentleman, as opposed to the no-nonsense curmudgeon that was Donlevy's take on the character. Quatermass creator Nigel Neal was none too happy with the change. He said, and I quote, "Donlevy played him as a mechanic, a creature with a completely closed mind." But director Guest felt that Donlevy's performance far better sold the sci-fi elements, grounded them, making them feel more realistic. Neal's dissatisfaction with the film aside, it would prove to be a big success as well, giving Hammer a much-needed hit, and led to a distribution deal with United Artists. Upon release in the US, the title would be changed to The Creeping Unknown, which I kinda dig. This trend would continue with the next 2 films in the series as well. Quatermass 2 being renamed Enemy from Space, and the third film, Quatermass in the Pit, which didn't feature Donlevy, was retitled 5 Million Years to Earth. The Quatermass Experiment was Hammer's very first X-rated picture, and the E being dropped from the name was done to emphasize the X certificate status. Wacky? Nope, the alien entity absorbed all the wackiness. The Quatermass Experiment has been released on VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, and possibly Laserdisc. The verdict is still out on that one. And I give this one 3 3/4 surly American scientist mustaches out of 5. This is a well-written, well-acted, almost creature feature. And that's all the time we have this week. Please like, comment, subscribe, and keep it surly.
This stresses that there's no immediate danger. Do you realize what you'll have to face if this turns out to be a disaster, Quatermass?
How much further?
Quatermass, I'm talking to you.
For the last 20 miles, I've been painfully aware of that.
Hi, this is my friend, the Grumman Tiger. It's a jet, and I'm Ralph Donnell, its test pilot. It takes a lot of training to control one of these babies. My son Wayne will learn someday.
Right now, though, he's getting ready by learning to control a Lionel electric train. With a Lionel train, you not only get locomotives and cars, but all sorts of missile and rocket equipment, too. You can learn to operate these Lionel missile launchers. And fire this IRBM launcher by pressing a button. Wow, and look, you can put this target together and blow it up again and again. And look at this, the Lionel helicopter car. Watch her fly. And remember, kids, you're in control. You're the boss on the Lionel line. Ask for Lionel this Christmas.